Good afternoon, friends. One of the important judgment coming from Bombay High Court. Penalty notice of 3,731 crore rupees issued under section 122(1)(a), read with section 137, which was issued to a salaried employee of a company, and this notice was issued because he had aided, supported the company in the tax evasion, is being vacated, set aside on two grounds: jurisdictional overreach beyond jurisdiction and misapplication of relevant provision. Very interesting one. On investigation initiated by DGGI, this salaried employee, who was the employee of Indian company Maersk Line India Private Limited, he was representing the foreign principal company Maersk into shipping business, and DGGI has initiated the investigation. So to represent this foreign company Maersk, he was given power of attorney and he was appearing before the DGGI authority and giving the details, submitting document and giving the statement. On culmination, this DGGI has made this salaried employee as a party, and they have alleged in the so-called notice that he has retained the benefit and aided the company in tax evasion and thereby levied a penalty of huge 3,731 crore rupees to this employee concerned under section 122 subsection 1A of CGST Act, read with section 137 of CGST Act. Very interesting. In normal business, any taxation manager, and he was senior operation taxation manager, he was representing the foreign counterpart on power of attorney and the details and documents submitted, which was required by the investigating GST authority. And he was made party that he has supported, aided, and he has retained the benefit of equivalent amount of tax evaded by the company. This is not one isolation case. This may be applicable pan-India, because being a taxation manager or an authorized signatory, it would be found that in lot many cases department is alleging that the concerned person is hand in gloves, in connivance, and he is helping, assisting and aiding the company in tax evasion and retaining the benefit equivalent amount, and he would be charged with the equivalent amount of penalty. So before that, it is very interesting to know what is the provision under section 122 subsection 1A. This provision got introduced from 1st January 2021, and it is talking about when any person, please, retaining the benefit and who is aiding the company in tax evasion from 4 specified offences as prescribed under section 122 subsection 1 Roman 1, supply of goods or services without invoice; Roman 2, issuance of invoice without supply of goods or services; Roman 7, when you're taking, availing credit or utilizing credit without actual receipt of goods or services, or both, partially or fully; and Roman 9 under section 122 subsection 1 is taking and distributing credit under section 20 and rules made thereunder, which is for ISD, input service distribution credit, and contravening the provision of section 20 and rules made thereunder. So these four specified offences, if you happen to be a person who is retaining benefit and aiding, supporting the company in tax evasion, then there will be equivalent penalty, would be equivalent of amount of tax evaded or ITC wrongly availed or passed on. This is 122 subsection 1A, whereby this person, this salaried employee, was charged that you have assisted in connivance for tax evasion. You are liable to pay penalty of 3,731 crore rupees. And section 137, very interesting. When company is being found that they are into any kind of tax evasion, so any offences, during the offences committed by the company, you happen to be a person in charge by whatever name called, director, secretary, maybe manager, authorized signatory, and when this offence is committed, you were in charge of it, this company's operation, then you may be liable. And the word used, any person, and that is what section 137. So it is very much interesting for all of us to understand what would be the fate when you, as a salaried employee representing a company, and you are being charged with a hefty penalty notice of 3,731 crore rupees. This penalty notice got set aside on two major grounds: jurisdictional overreach. So what was stated in this particular judgment, we must take a note of it. Very interesting. The first part, they are saying that 122 subsection 1A, though it is starting with any person, but leaving the penalty with reference to section 122 subsection 1, meaning thereby section 122 subsection 1 is talking about penalty for specified offences, 21 specified offences on taxable person. So who would be taxable person? Section 2 subsection 107, a person who is registered or liable to be registered under GST law under section 22 or 24 of CGST Act. Read by section 2 subsection 94, who is a registered person in GST. So what is the silver lining? Why it is being held jurisdictional overreach? You must make a note of it. They are saying that 122 subsection 1A is to be read with reference to taxable person. So who is liable to registered or registered under GST law under section 22 or section 24. Because the offences which is being prescribed, 122 subsection 1, Roman 1, Roman 2, Roman 7, Roman 9, which I have said, it is with reference to taxable person. Whereas this salaried employee is not registered in GST law, neither liable to be registered in GST law. Thereby, you can't levy penalty under section 122 subsection 1A. It is jurisdictional overreach. This is the one major ground which was taken while deciding, setting aside this penalty notice. Of course, this was discussed in the judgment that this need to be proven how this salaried employee has assisted, aided, supported in connivance of tax evasion made by the company. This need to be demonstrated. Just because he was looking after the operation and giving the statement, submitting factual position, giving document and details, does not mean that he was in connivance. And how he has retained the benefit need to be proven. Just allegation will not work. So 122 subsection 1A आपने penalty लगा दी, and without proving how he has retained the benefit, and that too to the tune of 3,731 crore rupees, and how he has assisted. He was looking after the operation. He has submitted the documents, details. He was having power of attorney from foreign principal and giving the details to the investigating agency, DGGI. So that is what being contemplated and argued in favor of petitioner, which was accepted by Honorable Bombay High Court. On second point, section 137. Here the petitioner has argued that section 137 is talking about penalty for specified offences under chapter 19. Under chapter 19 of CGST Act. Whereas so-called notice is being issued under section 74, which is demand cum so-called notice for non-payment of tax, short payment of tax, wrongly availed credit or wrongly utilized credit or erroneous refund. So where is question of penalty for offences, and how come this section 74 so-called notice will survive for invocation of section 137? Not doable. Hence this so-called notice, again beyond jurisdictional power, got vacated. So in lot many so-called notices, if you pick up, department issue a so-called notice, and you will find that as a standard they will first allege demand against the company for non-payment or short payment, whatever might be, as the case may be, wrongly availed or wrongly utilized, and then for penalty on company and even to the employee concerned in case they are invoking. They are saying read with section 122 subsection 1, then blah blah blah. For personal penalty, section 122 subsection 1A will not go good. So this petition was argued on jurisdictional overreach. Of course, point was defended. How come you can levy equivalent penalty without proving that this salaried employee was in connivance with the company in tax evasion? This need to be proven. Second, how he has retained the benefit, just allegation. And department, you know that all the time they say when this company is not coming forward and this employee concerned having power of attorney representing company, why can't we assume he is the person in charge of it? And that those were the allegation in the so-called notice and being argued by revenue before the court also. Even though DGGI has presented their case before the court and stated that allegation made in a so-called notice can be replied by the noticee. Why is coming to the High Court? He is having ground to defend himself. But this writ petition was on jurisdictional overreach, and this notice got vacated of around 3,731 crore rupees, which was issued against salaried employee. But very interesting. Can we say section 122, which talks about penalty for 21 specified offences, section 137, when a person in charge at the time of offence committed by the company can be at par with the company's fault? These two sections, when talks about, we have to really look at the kind of wording. Can we say that it is invoking vicarious liability? It need to be tested. But this is one of the unique case with high value, high worth, got vacated, set aside. Of course, section 122 subsection 1A argument तो आप कर सकते हैं. when they are talking about with reference to offence of section 122 subsection 1 and subsection 1 of section 122 start with any taxable person. So it is with reference to taxable person who is registered or liable to be registered under GST law under section 22 or 24. So 122 1A cannot be read in isolation. So it has to be with reference to the person who is registered or liable to be registered. It's a very good argument which was developed in this particular writ petition. It's interesting to wait and watch. Let me summarize. Salaried employee के ऊपर 3,731 करोड़ रुपए की पेनाल्टी नोटिस, सो कॉज नोटिस, issued under section 122 subsection 1A, read by section 137. एलिगेशन क्या था? इस एम्प्लॉई ने कंपनी के साथ मिलके टैक्स इवेजन में भागीदारी निभाई है, in connivance of tax evasion by the company, and thereby this penalty is being levied. So cause notice was issued against this salaried employee. Today in daily routine we are doing the activity. There may be some of the few cases where you are in connivance, employee may be in connivance, but in maximum cases we have seen we are undertaking. And what was the dispute in this particular case? Wrongly utilization of credit or distribution of credit, and some ITC was disputed. When ITC was disputed and the GST rate difference 18% versus 5% rate difference was the dispute, can we say these are the part of tax evasion, and that too this employee concerned is participating with the company in tax evasion? Interesting and important judgment from Bombay High Court. A detailed newsletter is being given in a description box which you can download and read for your easy digest. Stay tuned, lot many. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.